I'm positive. He's cheating, and not being able to prove it is destroying me. My husband and I have been together for almost 10 years. We're both in our 30s, and on paper, we should be celebrating a decade of love. But instead, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know he's cheating. I don't have the proof, but deep down I know. And what's worse, he's convinced everyone, maybe even me sometimes, that I'm crazy for thinking it. When we met, we were both broken. He was healing from a marriage that ended because of his ex's drinking and cheating. And me? I was escaping a man who made my life miserable. An abusive ex who only cared about control. At first, it felt like fate. We understood each other's pain. We were both rebuilding, and I finally felt safe. For the first 2 years, it was perfect. He was sweet, thoughtful, attentive, until I got pregnant. It was like a switch flipped overnight. He started snapping at me over the smallest things, constantly on edge. Then, every apology came with the same excuse. I'm stressed. I was high risk, forced to quit my job, and he carried all the bills. So I told myself he was just overwhelmed. I told myself it would get better. But then I overheard his parents talking, demanding a DNA test before he'd sign the birth certificate. I confronted him, and he looked embarrassed, promised to handle it. But soon after, we started getting random CPS visits full of half-true information. Wrong last names, my nickname instead of my legal name. But his details were exact. He swore it was his mom behind it. I wanted to believe him, so I did. We moved to another state for a fresh start. But even then, he blamed me. Said he missed his family, even though it was his idea to leave. After our baby was born, it only got worse. He was never home, always helping his mom or fishing. Sometimes he wouldn't get back until after 3 a.m. I asked if I should be worried. He laughed. Then one night, I overheard him butt dial me from work, joking to his coworkers that I'd let myself go. I was crushed. I had postpartum depression so bad I could barely look in the mirror. But I swallowed my pride, went back to work, and tried to focus on rebuilding myself. Eventually, we moved back to his home state. He said he wanted to give his family another chance. I thought maybe he'd finally be happy. Within a week, I overheard his mom again, pestering him about the DNA test. He told her he'd see. When I asked, he lied straight to my face. But I ignored it. I always ignored it. Then came the pandemic. I had to quit work again to take care of the kids. I barely left the house for 2 years and my mental health tanked. That's when I noticed weird things happening. Texts on my phone opened when I hadn't read them. Facebook messages marked as seen. I downloaded an app to see who was accessing my phone and found hundreds of photos of my husband's forehead. He'd been unlocking my phone every night while I slept. When I confronted him, he denied it. Said he was just checking the time. That's when my paranoia started. I installed spyware, 2-factor authentication, everything. Then my phone got cloned. Messages appeared that I hadn't sent, my name color changed in group chats, and my digital artwork, thousands of hours of commissions, started vanishing. Then a cease and desist letter showed up accusing me of plagiarism. Someone had re-uploaded my stolen work, and now I was the one being blamed. It felt like my life was unraveling piece by piece. I thought my ex might have been behind it. He's a tech engineer and has hacked me before. But the tech guy who checked my phone said it couldn't be. Whoever did this had to be near me, which meant it had to be my husband. My friends kept telling me to leave. They said they were afraid for me, that he and his family were trying to make me look unstable so he could take my kids. I didn't want to believe them, but I started realizing how trapped I really was. There were cameras all over our house. For the kids, he said. He tracked our phones for safety. And when I'd get location alerts that his tracker was off, I'd call him, and it would ping in a wooded area near his job. He started leaving earlier, coming home later, claiming it was overtime. He'd get angry if I called during work, and then one day, he came home with a hickey. He swore it was from me, except we hadn't been intimate in months. The night everything shattered, I woke up to the sound of him leaving. When he came back, I smelled it. That sharp scent of latex and lube. I found an open condom wrapper on the floor by the bed. I have a latex allergy. We can't use condoms. When I confronted him, he froze, then screamed that I was crazy, that I was making it all up. I snapped. I told him I hated him, that I wanted a divorce. He told me I was mentally unstable and needed help. And I believed him. Because as a mom, I take mental health seriously. If I thought there was a chance I could harm my kids, I had to get help. So I checked myself into a psychiatric hospital. They put me on medication. The wrong kind, apparently. And it made everything worse. I started hearing voices. I even tried to take my own life. After that, he changed. Suddenly, he was home all the time. Calling me all day, every day. Telling me how much he loved me. Bragging about me to his coworkers, loudly, like he wanted me to hear. He admitted he'd cheated, once, said it was a mistake. But when I asked who it was, he refused to tell me. We promised to go to couples therapy. That was 2 years ago. It never happened. For a while, things got quiet. We got new phones, new numbers. My account stopped getting hacked. I got off all medication, kept going to individual therapy, and finally started feeling human again. Until recently. Lately, he's been distant again. Short answers, cold tone, hours locked in the bathroom. He keeps mixing me up with things he supposedly did with other people. When I confronted him, he got furious. Said he's never cheated on me, that I'm crazy for accusing him. Except, he admitted it before. Now, he swears that never happened. Yesterday, I woke up from a nap and saw an alert on my phone. Someone had accessed my bank app at 12:58 p.m. I hadn't even downloaded it yet. When I told him, he shrugged. Said it was probably me. I reminded him I was asleep at that time, and he said, "How could you be asleep?" We talked during my lunch break. But my phone log showed our last call was 3 hours earlier. He's mixing things up again. Or he's lying. Or both. I checked his phone. Nothing. Just our messages. Like he'd deleted everything else. I found out he has a work phone he never brings home. And I know what that means. I'm positive he's cheating again. But I'm so tired. Too tired to fight. Too tired to care. I've given him so many chances to be honest, to just tell me if he's done with me. But he won't. He just gaslights me until I start doubting my own memory. I have no family here. No friends left. I'm in a state I don't belong to. Stretched so thin I feel transparent. My therapist says I'm handling things well, but she doesn't see the nights I stay up crying. I don't think I'm handling it at all. I think I'm just surviving, and I don't know how much longer I can keep doing even that.